Sang-suk Lee from Korean Medicine Convergence Research Information Center. And first of all, I'd like to thank you for allowing us to interview you. Thank you. Could you please tell us briefly about research methods of adverse events for our audience?
Okay. In 1990s, we started the prospective studies on adverse events seen in acupuncture practice. The reason was two. One was that we had some kind of serious adverse events. It was rare, but we had to manage our acupuncture clinic.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we started to know the incidence and the situation of acupuncture which happened. Acupuncture adverse events which happened in our clinic. Another reason was that some acupuncture researchers applied the protocol to be permitted by the Institutional Review Board, and sometimes it was rejected. The reason was that there was no information on safety of acupuncture. So we wanted to make the data of the safety of acupuncture. After 5 years, we started collecting the adverse event information, incident report. We published it as a letter to the editor in JAMA. And after that, 6 years data as a full text article in Journal for Alternative and Complementary Medicine.
Yes.
Maybe that was in 1999.
Right.
And at that time, almost anyone didn't want to do such a study because most of the acupuncture researchers or practitioners didn't want to talk about the
Safety.
negative side.
Negative, you're right.
So sometimes I was should I say, I was giving some words, negative words
Right.
about our study. But we continued.
Right.
And now many people accept the importance of that kind of study. And the result of that study, if I briefly speak the conclusion, the serious adverse events were rare.
Rare.
In standard acupuncture practice. If acupuncture is practiced by licensed, eligible practitioners, it is relatively safe. I don't know if it's performed by lay people, but at least it is done by licensed acupuncturists. It's relatively safe, and serious adverse events are rare in acupuncture practice.
Right. Could you please tell us the commonest minor adverse events associated with acupuncture in your study? Can you remember them?
Minor bleeding was the most frequent one as a minor adverse event. And needling pain.
Needling pain. Right.
And pain after removing needles. Yeah. And needle fainting. Needle fainting is not very common, but as a minor adverse event, which we should pay more attention.
Right.
That should be the needle painting.
Right. Okay. So my last question is about improvement strategy for reducing adverse events associated with acupuncture. Do you have any idea for us to share?
Yeah, I once tried to I once tried to make the rule that all the adverse events or all the so-called incidents should be reported as an incident reporting form.
Reporting form.
Incident report form.
Right.
Every day after the practice in hospitals or clinics. And they are collected and analyzed and based on the notion of root cause analysis. Why it happened, why they happened. For example, the staff members were too busy to think about that, or just the lack of knowledge or something like that. And we analyzed and identified the real cause, root cause, and then informed them to all the staff members of acupuncture.
All right.
Yeah, that was theoretically correct, right, but I couldn't.
Oh, you couldn't?
Yeah, because the staff members were reluctant to follow such complicated rules.
Yes, right. It's
so we
not
could
easy.
do that in Tsukuba.
Oh, you could do that
I
in
could
Tsukuba,
do that
but
in Tsukuba, and we could
not anymore in Morinomiya?
not anymore.
Oh, really?
Actually,
It's a pity.
I'm not in the position of ordering such kind of requirement.
But anyway,
in
you've got an incident reporting form, established the form.
Yes,
Right? Oh.
yes, I made it and I published it, and nowadays many university clinics of acupuncture using, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
But
Thanks to your contribution.
yes, maybe. So we are successful until then. But the next step, how to reduce the adverse event based on such report. Now we are facing difficulties so far.
See, I remember that in German studies they provided us the reporting form
Yeah.
of acupuncture adverse events. So it would be interesting to compare them, yours and
Yes,
their
once I did.
study.
I don't remember well, but I compared that because I was personally interested in that.
Oh, right.
But I thought that the characteristics or impression was slightly different.
Slightly different.
Because in Japan, many people think acupuncture should not be painful. But in Germany, it's a TCM style mainly.
Right.
So sometimes it causes more pain than Japanese style because we use thinner needles,
Yeah.
0.14 or 16 in diameter.
Right. So needling pain, do you mean that needling pain causes more problems in Japanese people?
Yes.
I see. That's interesting. Right. Okay. I think we should wrap up this interview. And thank you for your time. I will send you a link so that you can see your movie.
Okay.
Thank you very much.